everyone, my name is jung-a. Today we will talk about Kuhlau's Piano Sonata Op. 55 number 1. First movement is Allegro, and I'll suggest a lot of ideas, and you can apply those to other sonatas as well. Kuhlau was a central figure of the Danish Golden Age. He was born in 1786, so that's 16 years after the Beethoven's birth year. And Kuhlau also composed numerous works for flute and other chamber ensembles. And I suggest you listen to this trio written for flute, cello, and piano. It's Opus 119. You will love it. It's really beautiful. Sonata consists of 3 sections: exposition, development, and recapitulation. And while playing this, I'll explain how it's divided in this sonata. As the name suggests, exposition is at the beginning, suggests some ideas. In the development, there is a little modulation, little motivic ideas developed using some chromatic sections. And at the recapitulation, the beginning motive is repeated. So I'll play from the beginning. So here, the left hand, I play the second beat a little bit stronger than the first beat because here it's syncopated, meaning second beat is longer than the first beat. First beat begins with a quarter note, and then you have a half note. So the way you should be. And here, the notes are written as 2 quarter notes. So one of my students played actually long and same way. But in the classical era, the way you played this was a lot lighter, and second quarter note should be shorter than the first quarter note. And we have a slur, some ba. So it's more interesting if you express those. Otherwise, the character kind of gets loosened. And here we have a crescendo. Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart's father was Leopold Mozart. He said, when the line goes up, the crescendo. When the line goes down, the crescendo. And I agree with him. So we will do that here. And when you have a repeated notes, F sharp was repeated 4 times. If you play 4 times same way, it's not that interesting. So you should have a plan. It can go a little bit more crescendo, or you can hold it back. And here, I'm going to make a little crescendo. And we have a sequence. So sequence is that this motivic idea is repeated, but not exactly same way. In this case, it's step below, no. And then step below, step down, and then F sharp. When you do sequence, this sequence is just 4 notes. So I can use my wrist a little bit. If I don't do that, it becomes a little bit mechanical. So in other order to make this more lovely, we can do and lift that beat so that the phrase gets a little bit shorter. In the classical era, phrase was a lot shorter than the Romantic period. So lift it. And you can do the pedal. What Kuhlau used was, of course, it's not the same as our modern piano, but with forte piano, the pedal existed. Some cases you can use it a little bit. I noticed from my teaching experience, some students don't use it, and some teachers don't use it at all. But if it's a crescendo and it builds up intensity, it sounds better when you use it a little bit. So that was exposition. Now development. So for the development, Kuhlau writes dolce. I tried to play sweetly, and many students ask me, how do I play sweetly on the piano? So the way I explain is, you have to imagine that you are wiping out the keys. If you think like a kind of dusty furniture, imagine you have a little cloth and wiping it out gently. And so forth, goes on, and then we have a long scale. Here, you're going all the way from this G to that A. So that's more than 2 octaves. So when you have this kind of a long octave, it's easier to play when you move your upper body following the line. If you're just centered here, it just looks like your body and hands are not connected. And it's okay to make a little bit ritenuto right at the recapitulation. So that we know that's the same as the beginning exposition. And I'm going to skip because it's very similar. At the end, so you kind of build up the intensity, and when you end, pedal and hand should lift at the same time. So that it's cleaner, following in their style, and also the slurs. You have to do it so that we can feel some excitement toward the end. It's only like 3 bars, but that way we can feel that this sonata is ending. And I chose this easier one on purpose because some of you may not be familiar with this type of sonatas. And next time I'll try to introduce some more advanced sonatas. Thank you.